Hi children, how are you? This is a time for us to wake up. We can't stay dumbstruck before any corona, flood, rain or any such obstacles. So let's just make it an opportunity to switch on to new ways of learning. Because we want to win. We must aspire to win. Aspire to win. That's the title given to the first unit of your English reader. The unit consists of 3 lessons. The race, a story, learning the game, an extract from the autobiography of your favorite player Sachin Tendulkar, and a song, Bang the Drum. Before going to the lesson, I want to make you think about a successful student. Who do you consider as a successful student? Or what comes to your mind when I say a successful student? No doubt, it's a progress report with full A or A plus grade, isn't it? Okay, now let's just watch this video.
After being cut from his high school basketball team, he went home, locked himself in his room, and cried. He wasn't able to speak until he was almost 4 years old, and his teachers said he would never amount to much. Was demoted from her job as a news anchor because she wasn't fit for television. Fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no original ideas. At age 11, he was cut from his team after being diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency, which made him smaller in stature than most kids his age. At 30 years old, he was left devastated and depressed after being unceremoniously removed from the company he started. A high school dropout whose personal struggles with drugs and poverty culminated in an unsuccessful suicide attempt. A teacher told him he was too stupid to learn anything and that he should go into a field where he might succeed by virtue of his pleasant personality. Rejected by Decca Recording Studios, who said, "We don't like their sound, they have no future in show business." His first book was rejected by 27 publishers. His fiancée died, failed in business, had a nervous breakdown, and was defeated in 8 elections. If you've never failed, you've never tried anything new.
What do you feel now? All these persons are admired by the whole world. They were not so great or so talented at the beginning, at the initial stages of their education or the beginning of their career. But they found out the right path. They chose their own field and excelled in it. Here we got a story, The Race by Nisha Punjabi. A budding woman writer of India. She, a graduate in English literature and economics, was a freelance writer. So you understood something about the writer of the story. So this is a story about a little boy, his dreams, his pains, his worries and all. He has ambitious parents and rival friends around him. Do you want to know more about him? Okay, let's just move on to the story.
The race. Tarun was a mediocre student. His grades could barely satisfy his parents, and he was not a good singer, dancer, painter, or even an actor. He always thought of himself as the black sheep of the family. His elder brother, who was pursuing a degree in engineering from a reputed college, always made the family proud. But Tarun was never good at anything like that. However, he was blessed with the strength of a great athlete. He was an excellent runner. He would run for hours, be it day or night. Whenever he felt sad and lonely, he exhausted himself by running, thus releasing all his pent-up emotions. At times, he would miss his school bus and would then run to school, which was 5 miles away from his home. He just had one dream: to become the fastest runner in the world. Tarun did not know how to achieve his dream. On the one hand, his parents hated his running and wanted him to concentrate more on his studies, which he never did. On the other hand, he belonged to a middle-class family, and Tarun knew that to achieve his dream, he needed an intensive training, the amount for which was well beyond his family's reach. When Tarun failed in his terminal examinations, his father was very angry with him. His friends too made fun of him. It was a day he wanted to wipe out from his memory, and so he took to running. He ran all around the park. The sun beat down to check his rate, but nothing could stop Tarun. After about an hour, he was fully exhausted, and his fury having subsided, he threw himself on a bench and started panting heavily.
You might have come across some unfamiliar words. Let's go through them to understand the story clearly. Mediocre, of an average standard. Black sheep of the family. Disgrace of the family. There is an interesting fact behind the usage of the expression the black sheep of the family. The black sheep in a flock was considered to be good luck by the shepherds once, particularly throughout Derbyshire of Kent, Sussex. But in 1822, someone coined the idiom the black sheep to denote that a member of a group was unlike others or of less worth, supposedly because the black sheep's wool was worthless. It cannot be valued much as it could not be dyed. Then onward started the usage with the meaning disgrace. Pursue, to do. Reputed, famous. Beat down, radiate intense heat and brightness. Check, stop or slow to progress. Rage, a strong desire or passion. Exhausted, tired. Pent up emotions, inexpressible feelings. Subside, to be calm. Panting, breathing heavily. Everything clear now? Now let's go through the story in detail. What kind of a student was Tarun? He was a mediocre student. He was a student of an average level. Why did he think of himself as the black sheep of the family? he could never score high like his brother, who was doing engineering degree in a reputed college. His parents were not satisfied with his low marks. But Tarun really got a blessing. What was it? He was blessed with the strength of a great athlete. He was an excellent runner. How did he overcome his sadness and loneliness? He would run till he got tired. Thus, he believed that he could release all his pent up emotions. Have you noticed a sentence which shows Tarun's excellence in running? At times, he would miss a school bus and would then run to school, which was 5 miles away from his home. What is his only dream? His only dream was to become the fastest runner of the world. Tarun was not sure whether he could fulfill his dream. Why? His parents wanted him to concentrate more on his studies, not on running. Besides, an intensive training was needed to become the fastest runner. He could not meet the expense for it as he was from a middle class family. What did he want to wipe out from his memory? Tarun failed in his terminal examination and his father was angry with him. His friends also mocked at him. He wanted to wipe out that painful memory from his mind. How did he overcome his feelings? He started running all around the park for an hour till he was fully exhausted. Now, children, what you have to do is to read the first 3 paragraphs of the story 2 or 3 times. If you haven't got the textbook, don't get worried. You can have it downloaded from the site of the guide. After reading the story, you have to prepare a paragraph about Tarun and post it in your class group. Your teachers will evaluate it. One more thing, children. When you read the story, please read it aloud with correct pronunciation and tone, because it will improve your reading skill and comprehension. Okay, my children, I'll join you with the next part of the story in the next session of the class. Till then, bye. Have a nice day.